Hi everyone, Shihab here. I don't know if you've experienced this, but I've been getting this error with GitHub Copilot on my VS Code Studio setup a lot, and that's essentially whenever I'm trying to ask it to do anything, especially if it's a bit more involved task, something that requires a little bit of back and forth, and essentially that error is that okay, your request has failed, and apparently the reason behind it is that I'm not connected to the internet, so check your internet connection and try again. Now, I do have a very good internet connection. I've tested it that there's very little latency in my connection as well. And I checked a lot of GitHub Copilot forums looking for a solution, but I couldn't really find anything that worked until I figured out that this error was essentially related to IPv6 instability. That's also a bit weird because my router has IPv6 disabled. I've already gone into my network manager and disabled IPv6 for my internet connection, but still I'm getting this issue. So I'll tell you what is a quick fix that worked for me, and hopefully that should work out for you as well. So just to give you an idea, so I'm currently on a Linux Mint machine. So this solution should work on most of the Ubuntu flavors out there. So yeah, so it's my Linux machine, and here you can see my Visual Studio Code setup. If you want to have a look at what goes in the background, what kind of error do the GitHub Copilot logs generate, you can just go to output and select GitHub Copilot chat, and that should give you a good idea about okay, what's happening at the back end. So you'll see this error network change. So somehow it always ends up telling me that the network has changed. So what you essentially need to do is essentially go to your terminal, and what we are going to do is we are going to disable use system control to disable IPv6 and also set it at the default. So essentially you just need to type this. So equal to 1 is essentially disabling it, and equal to 0 is essentially enabling it. So you can save this command for your reference, and if, in case you want to revert back, so that should be something easier. So we go back. I'll put this command in the description as well. So you just go there, type the command, and then okay, enter your password. Okay, now this is set. Now what we are also going to do is to set the default disable as well. So very similar command, equal to 1, so disabling set. So this is also now set. So now let me go back to my Visual Studio Code, and hopefully if I run this now, this should run without any issues. So it's still running without any issues, step by step, and now it's done. So let's just take a step back. This was a pretty elaborate command for it. So there's a lot of stuff that it had to generate, and it ended up using a lot of references as well. So 28 references. So this was quite evolved. So yeah, so this is the solution now. What's going to happen is that as soon as you reboot your machine, these defaults would be the parameters that we've just set would be overwritten. So what you can do is essentially set up a config file for your system control, and I've already done that, so I'm just gonna share it with you. So it's gonna be located in this this folder etc and then system control.d, and the convention is essentially like there are numbers based convention. You can look it up. How do you want to name that file? So this is what I've named that file, 99-disable IPv6.configuration. And if I just print out its contents, so this is what the contents of that file are, essentially what we ended up typing in our terminal earlier. So once you set this up, as soon as you reboot, you should be disabling IPv6, and yeah, that should solve the problem for you. And there may be some other solutions as well, because this is related to Electron, I think. And if you go back on diagnostic, so I pressed F1 and then I went to GitHub Copilot diagnostics. So there are some of these user settings as well involving electron, node fetcher. So what you can do is you can play around with them as well. Try disabling electron, maybe that works for you. But yeah, this essentially worked for me. So yeah, and if this was helpful, please let me know in the comments. If you're doing something else, let me know, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. So thank you very much.